Hello friends and welcome back to Wanderlust Gaming. So today we're gonna be discussing how the future of the Switch 2 is not looking too good in my opinion, or at the very least the near future, unless we get some really cool game announcements. As you guys saw, Nintendo recently had a Nintendo Direct, but it was for like their partners, so it wasn't like the official Nintendo Direct. But I saw it, but it was really hard to get excited over some really cool games, in my opinion. Just mainly because I think, like for example, most of those games are coming out for the Steam Deck, the PlayStation 5. So it's like, what is the incentive to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, right? There has been a lot of negativity, in my opinion, when it comes to a lot of the Nintendo Switch 2 software, because I do believe the Nintendo Switch 2 as a system, I think it's like a great system. It looks really nice and everything is pretty good. But I just feel like the games are not there, so that's like a really hard sell for people. Even though it is selling well, but that's because most of the Nintendo Switch 2 buyers are already like long established Nintendo fans from like many years. So I think they're gonna be struggling in the near future to try to get like the new customers, because even like the hardcore fans are still like are having doubts about the software because it isn't there, So I really think Nintendo needs to release a Nintendo Direct soon and display some of the games to get people excited about, Like we need like a new Zelda, we need like a new F-Zero, Star Fox. I'm an old school Nintendo fan, so we haven't had many of those games in like a long time, and so because if you think about it, like most of the games that are coming out right now, they do come out for the Steam Deck, the PlayStation 5. So it's like, what is the incentive to buy a Nintendo Switch 2? Some people are enjoying Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I think one title that is worth getting excited about is Pokemon Legends C2A. That one looks pretty good. But besides that, I don't see anything that, at least for me, gets me excited. And be like, oh, I can't wait for the new Xenoblade or the new Zelda game coming out. So I think the future right now is not looking too good, in my opinion. And also, there's a lot of negativity in general, just with the game key cards too. They're terrible. Even though I'm all digital, I have my digital library on the Switch. I have a pretty big size library, so the game key cards don't affect me too much. But I think a lot of people, for example, a lot of people were looking for the Legend of Heroes, the new game coming out, and the collector's edition is gonna be a game key card. So a lot of those guys are like really angry about that because it doesn't really feel like a proper physical release. So yeah, they need to address that. Game key cards, better software, at least in the near future, even though we all know the new Zelda will come out, but at least like have people get excited over something. So yeah, that's the video I wanted to make for today, guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye bye.